Hello everybody, welcome to Novene C TV. I'm Novene C, and today I wanted to talk about my journey on how I became a student at an older age, because like I said before in my previous video, I'm a student right now in my older age. So like growing up, I remember when I was in high school, I always wanted to go to Grambling, like because I had some older cousins who went to Grambling, so I was like, I'm gonna go to Grambling. But I didn't really know what steps I needed to take to go to high school at that time. And plus I wasn't like not to go to high school, but to go to college. I wasn't putting my all into high school. So sometimes I, went, and other times I didn't. I would just tell my mom, oh, I have a stomach ache, and she would believe me and let me stay home. And so I wasn't really putting my all into it at that time. But like I said, I didn't really know the steps that I needed to take to apply to college, and I really didn't ask anyone. And then like my senior year of high school, I fell in love, and so I didn't want to leave him. And then we ended up having two sons. So by the time I was 21, I already had two sons. And then I was working a full-time job with children. I didn't have the time to try to go to school and work, because I needed to make sure that I was present for my children. Once they started sports, I wanted to attend all their sporting events, and just be a mother. It's hard to try to balance school, work, and trying to be a good parent. So I had to put everything off, but I always instilled in my children the importance of an education, the importance of going to college. And so once my oldest son became a senior in high school, actually a junior in high school, then I was trying to help him do the things. I wanted to get educated. Me and my mom were like big on this. We were trying to educate ourselves to educate our children, and my nieces and nephews as well, on what they need to do to attend college. So we were helping my son, and that's when I was also learning. So my oldest son ended up going to college, and by then I had another son as well. So I had three sons at that time. And that time, because I wasn't working, I was able to attend. So I said, I need to practice what I preach and attend college. So originally I wanted to major in psychology. I always thought I would be a psychologist. But when my second son won a scholarship and I took him to the Board of Education meeting, I learned about a biotechnology program at Solano Community College, my local college. So I said, biotechnology, I have to major in biotechnology because I love science. I worked at a pharmaceutical company for 16 years. So I was like, that makes sense for me to steer towards biotechnology. And so I went to the community college and everything was going well. But then in 2014, in a matter of 10 months, we lost 6 members of our family. 6 members of our family died started in March, and the last family member died in January. So that was devastating. That was a devastating year. Every time my phone would ring that year, I would be so anxious and didn't know what was going to happen, what the phone call was going to be, who was sick, who was in the hospital, who got shot, because the people who passed, they were all close to me, and they died of various different things. Some older, some got shot, some got killed or whatever. And so it was just so super traumatic. But I was just like, I didn't quit school, but I did have to withdraw from one of my classes. And before this, I used to always say failure is not an option. So for me, the way I was thinking before this time, you couldn't quit. You couldn't fail a class. That was not an option. But once after my grandfather passed away, I had to withdraw from one of my classes. And at the time, I felt so bad, like I shouldn't have done that. I should have kept pushing through, but I just couldn't. It was just too much. So I had to withdraw. And then once I took the class again, for me, it was better because I already knew some of the material. And then I was taking it again and I passed the class. And so at that point, my mindset changed. Just because you have to do something all over again, just because you fail a class, it's not quitting, it's not giving up, because I still went back and completed the task that I set forward to do. I just had to take another detour. And so then in January also, this is a big thing, my cousin Talitha, she passed away January 2015. And so, but she was also attending Solano Community College, and in December, she passed away January 5th, but December she was in a class, and she was in the hospital, you guys. She was in the hospital and with her daughter Mika. And so Mika put on Facebook that her mom took her final exam in her class and got, I think, like a 95% or 99% when she was in the hospital. And this was in December. She passed away January 5th. So a few weeks before she passed, she took a final exam and passed it. So when I saw the strength that my cousin had and the determination that she had to to not give up and to keep fighting, I said, who am I? I can't quit. If my cousin Talitha can do this, knowing that she was terminally ill, but she still completed her class and did well, who am I? I have to keep going. I have to prove to myself and my children that no matter what obstacles life put in front of you, you can still keep going. You can still complete your goals and keep trying. And as long as you try, that's all you can do. Okay, so that was from 2014 to 2015, we had that rough patch. Then everything was going well. So like I said, I just kind of pushed everything to the side. I didn't really deal with my grief. Like I said, 6 people in my family passed away, and I didn't deal with it. But then in 2016, that was the year that I was supposed to graduate from Solano Community College and transfer to a UC, because I had a tag with UC Davis. And so I got waitlisted for UC Davis, I believe. Oh, my tag the contract was null and void because I think I withdrew from a class, or I failed a class or something like that. So I had to just like apply directly to them. But they put me on the wait list. But everything worked out perfect because they put me on the wait list, and I was going to appeal it, but something more terrible happened. My son's father was murdered. And so when that happened, I had to stop. I had to pause because I had just dealt with those 6 deaths that I did not deal with. And then this happened with my son's father. And since it was my son's father, it's my youngest son, he was only 8 at the time, I had to take a break. I had to quit school for 1 year and concentrate on me and my son. We had to go to therapy because we had to deal with all this grief that we had. My son had, abandonment issues, thinking that I was, something was going to happen to me or whatever. So I had to sit down, take a break, try to start healing myself and getting the necessary help to, like I said, to heal myself so I could be a mother to my children, because that was so much. It was too much grief in that short period of time. Things kept happening. And I'm just talking about my family members, not even like including my friends or my friend's grandmother, things like that happen that also affects me. And so once I took that year off, I went back to the community college, which was a blessing that I think, because now I was able to relax. Before I was on a fast track. Oh, I have to hurry up. I have to do this, I have to do that. So now I was able to relax and take more classes. And once I left Solano Community College, I had 6 associate's degrees because I had to take most of the science classes there. And so I ended up having 6 associate's degrees, and I always tried my best in every class that I had. And that's what I would recommend for everybody. I know I hear the saying, C's get degrees, which I think that's fine if you're trying your hardest and C's are the only thing you can get. That's fine. Yes, C's do get degrees, but I think you need to try your hardest. And if you can get the A or you can get the B, try to do that, because you never know what you might need that for, right? So like I tried my hardest, and then once I applied to colleges, when it was time for me, 2019, I got accepted to 2 universities, University of Davis, UC Davis, and UC Berkeley. And I was super shocked that I got into UC Berkeley because, they're kind of hard to get into, and I didn't think, how you have self-doubt that I wasn't good enough, or I didn't think that I could get into it. That's why I have this shirt today. It says Dare to Dream, because I like this message, because you have to dream. You always have to try. Don't talk yourself out of things. We always talk ourselves out of things thinking, oh, I'm not good enough. Oh, they say 1% of this grade point average gets in. So what? If there's a 1% chance, that means there's a chance for you. So always try. Let them tell you no. Don't tell yourself no. I heard someone say that, and I love that. I try to tell my children that, like, And don't worry about the naysayers, what other people are doing, or what other people are saying that you can't do or won't happen for you. You still try, you still do your best. Let them tell you no. And so I had the decision to make, which school, and a counselor at Solano Community College actually helped me, because he had me put both of the financial aid packages side by side. And once we looked at it, because I didn't really know what I was looking at, when he explained it to me, he let me know that I got the best offer from UC Berkeley. And so, plus my mom was born in Berkeley. She grew up in Berkeley the first 10 years of her life. So later I found out that her and my friend Shawana, they were praying that I would go to UC Berkeley. And that was the school that I did decide on. And I was so happy and fortunate that I started 2019, because I was able to attend classes on campus, go around the campus, be a part of the community, go to the Fannie Lou Hamer Center, which is a nice place I like to study, and also the Student Parent Center. So places that on campus that I'm familiar with, that we had good networking. But now, we're at home, we're doing the distance learning. So that has also been a challenge with my son who's 12 now. He's in the 7th grade. So he's trying to do his work, and I have to kind of push him sometimes to make sure that he's awake to go to class, make sure that he does his assignments on time. And then I'm trying to attend my classes, which are virtual, but mine are good because they're, my classes are recorded, so I can watch them either live or I can watch them later. Or also if I need to watch them a second time, which that helps me when I hear things repeatedly to retain the information. And so it was rough the first, from probably until November. We just got, used to my son going to school and me going to school and trying to work everything out. So I was so happy when the semester finally finished. I was like, woo, I did it. Also, the part that I did not mention was in May, my mom passed away. And so that was like the most devastating thing that ever happened in my life, because my mom's my best friend and I love her dearly. But I took the summer off and then went back to school. I wanted to take a year off, but my cousin Lisa, she said, no. She said, you take that summer, you take the time for yourself, and then you go back in the fall. So I listened to my big cousin, and I know it was only my mom who was helping me through this semester, because, some days I didn't feel like getting out the bed, but I know it was her from the other side helping me, motivating me, because she wants me to finish. She wants me to do well. And I know she's super proud that I completed this semester and did well, So now we have this time off, and I'm just trying to relax, get my mind together so I can get ready for the semester in January coming up. Ooh, I don't know how that's going to go, but I'll let you guys know. I'll keep you all updated. But that's kind of like an overview of my story on why I had to wait to go to school, so late in life. But everything worked out, and I believe there's a purpose for everything. There's a reason for everything. There's a reason why I didn't go right out of high school, and why I am going now. I met some awesome people, the students that are mostly like my kids' ages, but they're awesome people, the teachers, the professors at Solano Community College. They're the best. And then also at UC Berkeley, but some of them I haven't met in person because this year we were doing the distance learning, excuse me. So later I will go into more detail about some of the topics that I brushed over, but I just kind of wanted to let you know that, even though there's obstacles in life, keep pushing. You might have to take some time, of course. Always take some time for yourself and to get yourself mentally prepared and make sure your physical health is in order. But once you do that, just keep pushing. And there's no race. When I first started school, I thought, I have to hurry up. I have to be done in this amount of time. But then I saw that life, sometimes it doesn't allow you to do that. So allow yourself to pace yourself, go through, and then sometimes you change trajectory. You might think that you're going to go do this, and then you might start doing something else. So you just never know. I just embrace all the changes, all the challenges. I try to learn a lesson from everything that I go through. and try to help others by spreading and sharing my story. So please, if you know anybody who might need to be encouraged, to let them know that it's never too late to live their dreams. It's never too late to change your careers. It's never too late to start school. Please share this video with them. Let them know that I'm a grandma. I'm not going to tell you my age yet, but I'm a grandma and I'm a student and I'm a parent. I still have a 12-year-old son. And so if I can do it, you can do it too. So thank you so much for listening to me. Please subscribe, like, share this video, and I'm wishing you nothing but peace, love, and light.